So today is our second day working with color, and we started talking a lot about attributes of color like saturation, lightness, how shades and tints play a part. We also talked about how color has a meaning, and a lot of times we can set the mood or the tone of something simply by the color choices we make. So let's put that to practice. So to do that, we're going to be using Gravit. First thing you want to do is open the file we shared with you through Google Classroom. You'll see this jungle scene that has no color intentionally. The next thing you want to do is save this to your cloud. You're going to go to File, Save to Cloud. Now usually we tell you to put your name, but this time we're going to ask you to add one more thing. So I'm going to put my name. But then I'm also going to think about what kind of mood I want to set for this design. Now let's say you're stuck and you're not really sure about a mood. There's a little mood bank here in the slide to help you out. So you're going to also write the mood for this one, because in the end you're going to have two variations of this scene, so you want to distinguish them. So maybe I want my first mood to be calm. I like that mood. So I'm going to write the word calm here. And that's just going to help me make sure I have two sets. So I'm going to hit save. If you don't see the save button, you can hit enter. And then I'm going to think about color schemes that represent calmness. Now, if I'm not sure, we've provided an additional little resource here. This is a great website where you can kind of hover over colors and it'll tell you more about what that color means. So let's say you're not sure what would be calm colors. Maybe you can look through here and decide what kind of colors look calm to you, and then figure out if they really are calm. Now, you want to create a color scheme. A scheme is a set of colors you're going to use in your design. I would recommend using 3 to 4 colors so that your Gravit scene has enough detail to it. And again, every time you choose a color, you're thinking about the mood you want it to reflect. So for me, because I'm a little lazy, I kind of just want to create swatches on my scene so I can use my eyedropper tool over and over like we did the other day. So I'm just going to make 4 rectangles, or 4 squares actually, right in the middle of my scene. I'll erase them when I'm done, but for me, I'll just use these as my little cheat sheets for my colors. And I'm going to think about what colors represent calm to me. So I actually like to use this website. I'm going to look and I'm like, I think this is a really nice calming color, but I want to make sure it represents calmness. So let me read. Let's see. The color represents serenity, peacefulness, femininity, and comfort. I say that's pretty calm. Now, let's say I want this exact color. I can try to match it with the program, or maybe I could even take a screenshot and bring that in to my scene. Let's see if it behaves. It lets me do that. Okay, so now I can kind of take this, use my eyedropper, steal this, and I have my first color in my scene. I'm going to repeat that for about 4 or 5 colors. I wouldn't do more than 5 because then it can get a little messy, unless you're doing shades of that color. And we learn, or tints, we learn that shades are when you add black to a color and tint is when you add white. So I'm just going to build my color scheme now. Now once I'm pretty happy with my color scheme, I can start just choosing different elements of the scene and coloring them in. So let's say I want my trees to be really the darkest color here. I would select my shade, use my little eyedropper, and steal from my swatch. I'm just going to repeat that until I have an entire scene colored. Now I have a scene that's entirely colored in my calm and peaceful color scheme. Now what I want to do in order to export and save this is go to File, Export, and save this as a JPEG. And your JPEG should show up in your Downloads folder. Now, because we named this our name in calm, we should be able to kind of start again. So I'm going to go back to the original file and do this one more time. But this time, I'm just going to think of another mood. Now, I'll download it again, and I should have another version that has no color in it. I'm going to repeat the same steps. I'm going to go to File, Save to Cloud. I'm going to put my name. And then I'm going to think of another mood. And I highly recommend the next mood be something totally different from the first mood so you can really see the difference. So let's look at this mood bank here. I did really calm. Maybe this time I want it to be super ominous, or kind of ominous means like threatening or kind of scary. So I can look up color schemes that are a little bit more ominous. So I'm going to make my next one ominous or scary or dark. I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to repeat the same technique, making some swatches, choosing color schemes, and really rely on this website. It's a super easy resource to use, and it'll help you kind of stay on track with your mood. Right? And when you're done, what you're submitting to Google Classroom are two JPEGs representing the two moods you chose to create your scene. Now, let's say you finish early. Challenge yourself by adding some elements to your scene that match the mood. For example, ominous, I might put some ghosts or more creepy trees, right? Calm, maybe I'll put some water or a lake, and get creative. We look forward to seeing what you come up with.